Hey there everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. I'm Fionuala. I live, work, garden and pick flowers in Zone 9B, just outside of Petaluma, a little bit north of San Francisco. And this morning I woke up wanting to make a bouquet, and I did. I made a head start on it and figured, let's talk about cutting gardens today. Because, oh my goodness, where we are here in Northern California, we have the most perfect weather where you can pretty much grow blooms all year long. Growing a cutting garden is so satisfying. It is just the best thing ever to be able to go outside your house into your garden, find a bunch of amazing flowers that you can bring indoors. It brightens up your garden, it brightens up your home, makes you happy. I mean, look at this. And guess what? These were all grown in containers. So you might have a small space. You might not have a lot of sun. You might just have a deck, a patio, a balcony, a windowsill. You can still grow a cutting garden. So that's where my focus is going to be today. Think you can't grow gorgeous blooms in containers? Think again. So you might be wondering, why a container garden? Well, not all of us are blessed with plenty of property or a big garden or even sunshine. Or maybe some of us have gophers, like in my house. And like here at Cottage Gardens too, we do have gophers. So a container is fabulous for keeping gophers away from the roots, or for grabbing that one bit of sun that you've got on your deck. Or if you just got a patio or you just got a balcony, a container is the way to grow if you're trying to grow your flowers for bouquets. And every one of these blooms was grown in a container. Right behind me, I've got this, oh, it is what, 3 feet long, maybe 18 inches wide. I'm able to harvest bouquet after bouquet, and as you can see, there are still plenty of blooms right here waiting for me for next week. Alrighty then, you've decided you want to grow your own bouquets, but you're limited in space, so you've got gophers, or you've got one sunny spot and it's over on concrete. So you can do it. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by thinking of what flowers you want to grow. That's really a great point. You can pretty much grow anything in any container as long as you pick the right one. You can grow roses in containers. You can grow shrubs in containers. You can grow hydrangeas in containers. As long as you follow the right instructions, grow them in the right spot, and stay up on the feeding and the watering. Don't forget, when you're growing plants in any kind of a container, that they're limited to the nutrients in the soil that you plant them in. They can't send out little roots into the ground and reach 20 feet away for anything because they're confined to a pot. And that's really the trick about growing anything in containers. And by containers, we can go as big as a half wine barrel or bigger. You can get one of those troughs from the feed stores, drill holes in them. You can grow in one of these beautiful zinc containers, which is what I've chosen to do. Terracotta pots are great. Even black plastic pots are great too. Anything for your flowers. Just you want production, you want blooms, you want cut flowers to bring indoors. You can make anything work as long as the soil is good, as long as there's excellent drainage, as long as you're growing your plants in the right exposure. I mentioned hydrangeas earlier. They're going to want to be grown in afternoon shade around here. Everything else I'm going to talk about today, though, wants full sun. So that's where you grab that sunny spot, have a look at it, see how much space you have, and let that guide the container source that you're looking for. If you can go as big as a half wine barrel, you can grow a lot in a half a wine barrel. These containers I'm using here, it's about 3 feet long, 18 inches wide, like I said before. I get a ton of blooms out of this container. And of course, you can also use more than one container. You've got this, maybe a few terracotta pots, maybe a couple of black pots tucked away. Grow the flowers you want. Grow the flowers that you can picture on your dining room table, decorating your kitchen. The bouquets that you're going to be giving away to your friends and family, those are the flowers you need to be growing. You can always supplement with stuff from your garden or even from the store, but oh my goodness, there is nothing like homegrown flowers. Just like there's nothing like food that you can grow yourself, same thing. The satisfaction you get by going outside in the morning to pick your own flowers from your own garden, even if it's a container, it's so incredible. If you haven't done it before, just try it. Trust me, it's amazing. I love it. I pick a bouquet from my garden, at least once a week, and I can do it all throughout the year. Now in the winter months, it's a little bit heavier on the greenery than the blooms, but there's always something. Anyway, we've got location, we've got containers. Location should be sun, unless it's a hydrangea, should be shade. The container has to work for whatever flower it is you want to grow. And what I'm going to focus on today are mostly annuals. They're actually all technically annuals, but the snapdragons around here, Zone 9B, quite often are perennial. And if they're not perennial, they self-seed and pop up someplace. So yeah, everything else I'm going to talk about today is an annual, which opens up so many possibilities. All right, so before we go and show you how to plant up a brand new container, let me just tell you a little bit about this one. It's been in for a couple of months. It has served me really well, producing so many gorgeous blooms. And yet another one. This is a snapdragon called Plum Blossom. Really, really pretty. I've got bees all over this right this minute. I've also got Potomac lavender. I've got these really adorable little Wood Creek gomphrenias. I've got Celosia flamingo feather. Love that guy. Keeps producing too. It's such a good one. Little summer loving annual. I've got some Cosmos. It's been in for a while, so the stems are getting a little shorter. It's been fabulous. Up front, I've got Status, called Forever Joyful or something like that, but it's limonium, Status, dries really well, but also looks really great in fresh bouquets. So as you can see, this is jam full. I take good care of it, make sure it's watered regularly. I feed it as well with Maxi Bloom. Just keeps on producing. Okay, so here is my beautiful bouquet, obviously pre-arranging. This is basically my bucket of blooms, all from this container. You can do it too. So I'll arrange it later. I'll show you the finished product, but really, this is so pretty. Let's talk about containers for a second. You figured out you want to grow flowers. You figured out the flowers you want to grow. You've already thought about where you're going to put them. Where's that sunny spot? Next, it comes to picking containers. Go for the biggest one you possibly can. There's so many to choose from because the deeper you can go, the more soil you can get in there, the more nutrients, and it just makes life a little bit easier when you're taking care of your flowers. So there's so many things to choose from. You can go with ceramic, you can go with zinc, you can go with half wine barrels, which is a great choice. They're a great depth, good width as well. You can go with terracotta, you can go with color. Think of your decor, think of what you want to see in your garden year round. These blue ones are really pretty, I like them. And there's tall ones and there's short ones. You can create a whole display if you wanted to. Terracotta, you can never go wrong with terracotta. But my last one that I planted up, that I'll show you the finished product if we haven't already, was in these zinc tubs. They're just great. They're perfect depth, perfect width. You can get a couple of them if you feel like it. So I'm going to do this again for the one I'm going to show you today, how to plant it up and how to get the best success out of it. So yeah, pick your container. You got your location, pick your container. Then you get to go shopping for what kind of flowers you're going to plant in it. Like I said, I'm going for annuals today. Let's get going. I had so much success with this little gomphrena in my last one. I have just got to do it again. You get these long stems. The flower is as cute as can be. Yes, it's an annual. Yes, once the frost gets it, it's gone. But we're in the middle of August right now, towards the end maybe. We probably won't get frost for a couple of months. And I am going to keep picking these and keep it going for as long as I can. It's such a great plant for filling in those gaps. And it's gorgeous in bouquets. Here's another one. Feverfew, Tanacetum, Tetra White. Young now, you haven't seen the flowers yet, but they're little puffballs of white. They're gorgeous, great filler. And I'm picturing now the bouquets that are going to be resulting from this. They're definitely fall bouquets, probably Thanksgiving bouquets. So I'm kind of got those colors in my mind. All right, we're over in the snapdragons now. This one is I'm never sure how you say this. Potomac white or Potomac. Being Irish, I wasn't raised on that river. So this white, gorgeous, upright, fabulous looking snapdragon is definitely going to be in the mix. It's a white one. Come have a look and see what it's going to do with the blooms. And it doesn't mind the cooler weather coming at all. The frost doesn't really get it. It's a very, very hardy variety, tends not to get mildewy or anything like that, so it's definitely going in the mix. And these white snapdragons are going to look really good with that little feverfew growing in between it. I think I'll go for one more. Or maybe what I'm going to do instead is get a red snapdragon. This is what I'm going to do. I really love snapdragons. I really do. This variety is called Black Prince. You'll also get that gorgeous foliage color, really dark and a very intensely colored snapdragon bloom. So I'm going to add a couple of these in there too. A little shorter, different colored foliage, but really, really pretty. I'm going to add in a couple of zinnias and keep my fingers crossed that it doesn't get frosty or too cold for them before Thanksgiving. So there's some great colors to choose from here. I love big red. It's gorgeous. I'm going to try to find one that's a little on the smaller side without blooms all over it. Got one. I also love Oklahoma salmon, though I really don't like when they call flowers salmon. It just doesn't seem right somehow, but the color is amazing. This little one right here, it's just perfect. I can just imagine the bouquets that I can make out of these. There's another great gomphrena, perfect color, QIS orange. What's fabulous about the gompphrenas, even if they're beginning to fade as far as being annuals are concerned, they dry super, super well. So this color here is going to really complement the rest of what I've got going. And here's a hint. If it all looks good together on a cart, it's going to look great in a container and really fabulous in a bouquet. Okay, to keep your container garden going for as long as you possibly can, you know you've started off great with really good soil, with really good fertilizer to start with, but we're going for production here. So you're going to want to fertilize in between times with a fertilizer specifically for blooms. I love this Maxi because you can dissolve it in water and water it right in. So yeah, make sure you fertilize every 4 to 5 weeks. We're going for production, tons of blooms. It doesn't have to be gorgeous all the time because it's production we're going for, but it does help. The flowers are so pretty. Okay, I've got my flowers. I'm gonna lay them out in here and see what they look like first, then I'm gonna start planting. So we're going to have them in full sun. Right now we're just doing it in the shade because it makes for better filming and I don't get so blinded by the light. So that's what we're doing right now, but this will get moved into full sun. All right, I filled my container with really good soil. In this case, what I did was 2/3 Edna's Best potting soil, 1/3 soil booster, mixed it up super well. But with every plant that I plant, I'm also going to add a pinch of the Ultra Bloom plant food because I am really cramming a lot of plants in here. I want to make sure they've got the nutrients. So here we go. I was just gonna say, of course you can also grow all your cutting garden flowers from seed. It's just we're here in the middle of August, and right now seeds germinate a little bit slower. The choice is a little bit, we're kind of in this in-between phase. Like pretty soon you can start your sweet peas, like at the end of this month. That would be a super cool cut flower thing to do in a big container. And of course you need a trellis. But I'm just going with starts. A, because I've got them, and B, because I'm in a hurry as usual. But yeah, you can do seeds also. Containers are good too in that you can really monitor the watering situation, the nutrient situation. If there's a heat wave, you can haul that container into a shadier spot. Works out really well. Now all I have to do is water it in. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it gives you the confidence to go out, start your own cutting garden, even if you only have a balcony to work with. You can do it. And it is so rewarding. You saw those flowers I picked earlier. I'm gonna make a bouquet out of it. It's gonna be gorgeous. So all you have to do is take care of your cutting garden in its container just as if you would if it's out there in the ground. Make sure it's adequately watered, make sure it's getting the sun, make sure you pick your flowers frequently because that makes all your plants bloom even more. It is just so incredible. The more bouquets you make, the more flowers it's going to make for you. So yeah, I hope you liked this video. If you did, press the like button. Share it with all your flower loving friends. Come on into Cottage Gardens, grab yourself some flowers. Subscribe if you haven't done it already. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram. Best thing of all to do though is to come on into Cottage Gardens if you can, if you're anywhere nearby. One more thing I'm going to tell you, we have a sale coming up starting on Wednesday. Best time of year with the best prices ever. Starts on Wednesday, August 27th, goes all the way through October 5th, and it's going to be 30% off all the plants, including all the flowers you possibly want to grow. Also, 20% off everything else. So it's a fun thing to do. Fall is a great time to plant. You're going to love it. So there you go. Best thing for me to tell you now is to get on outside into your own garden. Have a look. What does it need? Is it making you happy? Are the hummingbirds loving it? Do you see butterflies? Do you see honeybees? Go out and enjoy your garden. Happy gardening, everybody.